So, do you guys remember about Elizabeth Warren and when she went after Bernie Sanders for having super PACs? She said, Amy and I are the only ones who don't have PACs backing us, which is actually not true. She had the PCCC backing her, but also the idea that Bernie Sanders has these super PACs is embarrassing. And then what ended up happening was she actually ended up having a super PAC. Not only did she end up having a super PAC, it's actually the biggest super PAC of the race by far. And so it raised like $15 million. Now, what is a super PAC? A super PAC is an independent organization that you can donate unlimited amounts to. So directly to a campaign, there's a cap of 2.7K that you can donate each election cycle to a candidate. But to a super PAC, you can actually donate unlimited amounts of money. There's zero caps whatsoever because it's an independent entity, which in reality they end up coordinating with the campaign a lot, and they do ads on behalf of the campaign. And so that's what a super PAC is. So that's why super PACs are bad. They're money that we actually don't even know where they come from until later on. So we just found out yesterday or the day before who the funders were behind the Persist PAC that was created to back Elizabeth Warren. So it turns out the vast majority of that 15 million came from one single effing person, all right? This person's name is Carla Jurvetson. She's a physician who has $14.6 million to dump into a political campaign. Now, she volunteered for Hillary Clinton's 2016 campaign. She maxed out a donation to Joe Arpaio's bid for election. So keep that in mind, but all the other ones are Democrats. She dumped in a bunch of money into Democrats. She's just a Democratic mega donor. She's your typical, corporate Democratic mega donor is what she is. And so all of that supposed stuff that she was saying about I'm not going to take any super PAC money, I'm the only one disavowing them and not having it. And then you turn around, not only do you have a super PAC, you have the biggest one by far. She refused to disavow, She didn't even demand them to, I don't think she demanded them. I forget if she demanded them to release their names or not. But she certainly, let's say she didn't make an effort to get them to release their names. How about we put it that way? But it's so embarrassing because she's so quick to just totally renege on her promises. And she just completely demolished her entire career and reputation based on a candidacy that was literally in the mud. So I don't even know what's going on in her head. Because if you have a candidacy for president, right? You have a campaign for president that's clearly not going anywhere. It's done for. Why would you do this? Why would you do this for a campaign? By the way, when all this stuff started surfacing, when this funding started coming in, her campaign was already over. It was done. So why would she has at least a couple more presidential runs in her left, right? So why would you just completely destroy your credibility? Not like she had any left, but this completely demolished it. This is the main principle of progressivism. No dark money, all right, because we don't know where the money even comes from until now. This was a couple months ago. So it's dark money that's coming from unlimited amounts from mega donors. And then what's funny is she's a private physician. What did she waffle on? Medicare for all. Gee, I wonder why. I wonder what's going on. Apparently her daughter works in the private health insurance industry as well. But completely destroying her reputation and, what so-called credibility she even had left. But man, this is truly remarkable. And I just want to say this, and this should be the final word on this, is that Elizabeth Warren is not a real progressive. That's it. That's final. I don't want to hear anything else. Not debatable.